Last night, Jimmy Kimmel Live turned into an emotional firestorm when Jimmy Kimmel, the late-night king, made Clint Eastwood, the legendary actor and director, cry on live TV after a fiery confrontation that left viewers floored. The studio in chaos, social media erupting with the fallout. Sources say what began as a high-profile interview, with Eastwood reflecting on his storied career, spiraled into a heated clash, with Kimmel's biting humor driving Eastwood to tears, in a moment that's already the night's viral bombshell. Before we dive into this wild unraveling, drop a comment with where you're watching from. Hit subscribe for more jaw-dropping stories like this. Eastwood, the Hollywood icon known for his gritty roles and directorial triumphs, strode onto the set with his trademark stoicism, ready to discuss his latest project, his enduring legacy. But Kimmel wasn't here for a gentle nod, opening with a cutting jab. "Clint, you're a legend or just coasting on old glory?" The quip, laced with venom, hit hard, and insiders say the audience felt it, some chuckling, others tensing, as Eastwood squinted. "I'm a legend, Jimmy. You're just a talker." The tension flared fast. Kimmel rolled a clip of a debated Eastwood film, critics panning. "That's Clint's legacy," he grinned. "But is it art or just dust?" Eastwood fired back, his voice low, steady. "It's art, Jimmy. I create. You poke." The crowd splitting, some cheering, others murmuring, as producers watched, sensing the segment veering off script, trouble brewing early. Sources say the room buzzed, Eastwood's grit held, but Kimmel's eyes glinted. He saw a crack, the stage set for a confrontation that would end in tears. What's got everyone hooked isn't just the start, it's how fast it turned fierce. Eastwood leaned in. "You don't get my craft, Jimmy. I'm telling stories, you're telling jokes." And Kimmel struck. "Stories? You're spinning. Chaos, Clint? I'll prove it." His jab personal, piercing. The crowd gasped, some shouted, others filmed, as the clash took a raw turn, with Eastwood's jaw tightening, Kimmel's grin widening, the night charging toward a fiery, tear-soaked breakdown, the heat just beginning to sear. The fiery confrontation on Jimmy Kimmel Live last night surged into a blazing onslaught as Jimmy Kimmel, his wit a live wire, began tearing into Clint Eastwood, the legendary actor and director, with a series of sharp jabs that turned a tense interview into a volatile showdown, leaving the studio electric, producers on edge, Eastwood's stoicism starting to fray. Sources say after Eastwood's gritty claim, "I'm telling stories," and his dismissal of Kimmel's jokes, the host fired back with venom, fueling a clash that's already scorching the internet. Kimmel, his grin sly, zeroed in on Eastwood's cinematic boasts. "Chaos, Clint? Your films fade, your grit's gone soft." His voice edged with mockery as he rolled a clip of a panned Eastwood project. Reviews stinging, the crowd reacting fast, some chuckling, others murmuring, while Eastwood's tone hardened. "Soft? I deliver classics, Jimmy. You deliver quips," his retort firm clipped, drawing cheers, boos from the divided audience, the tension thickening with every word. The host pressed harder. "Classics? Or just a rerun, Clint? You're a one-man nostalgia act," sources say. Eastwood's eyes narrowed, his voice rising. "Nostalgia? I've shaped cinema, Jimmy. You've shaped skits." The comeback bold, strained, the crowd erupting, some shouting, "Go Clint!" Others jeering, as producers whispered, "He's hooked!" Their headsets buzzing, the segment slipping from control, friction mounting. Kimmel grinned. "Skits? You're the relic, Clint. Your fuse is lit." His jab cutting, personal, stoking Eastwood's fire. What fueled the storm wasn't just the taunts, it was Eastwood's defiance. Insiders report he leaned forward. "Relic? I've got soul. Jimmy, I'm fighting eras. You're fighting ratings." His tone raw, intense, and Kimmel struck back. "Eras? You're fighting flops, Clint. Look at you." pointing at his tense grip, the audience splitting wider, some chanting, "Kimmel, Kimmel," others jeering, with phones filming, X-posts surging. Eastwood's rattled, one read, racking up likes. As the clash grew fiercer, Eastwood's mask slipping. The studio pulsed with heat. Sources say Eastwood's hands tightened on the desk. "Flops, I'm a force, Jimmy. I'll outlast your barbs." His voice trembling slightly, and Kimmel pounced. "Force? You're a punchline now, Clint, cracking live." His words ruthless, cutting, the crowd roaring, some standing, others yelling, while producers signaled a break, their hands waving. But Eastwood pushed over. "I'm not cracking. You're nothing." His bravado wobbling, the chaos swelling, with insiders noting, "He's fraying." The night charging toward a tearful, fiery peak, Kimmel's assault unrelenting. Jimmy Kimmel Live turned into a blazing furnace last night, as Jimmy Kimmel, his wit a battering ram, ramped up a fiery confrontation with Clint Eastwood, the legendary actor and director, a relentless barrage turning a heated clash into a public breaking point, leaving the studio tense, the audience split, Eastwood's stoicism crumbling under the strain. Sources say Eastwood's shaky vow, "I'm not cracking," after defending his force, met Kimmel's ruthless taunt, sparking a meltdown that's now gripping every platform. Kimmel, his grin wicked, sharpened his attack. "Punchline, Clint? Your legacy's a joke. Your films flop," his voice biting, mocking as he flashed a montage. Eastwood's box office misses, critic pans, the crowd reacting hard, some laughing, others gasping, while Eastwood's jaw clenched. "Joke? I'm a master, Jimmy, you're a hack." His voice loud, trembling, the audience surging, cheers clashing with boos, as producers watched, hands twitching, the live feed holding, tension soaring. The host dug deeper. "Master, you're making chaos, Clint, look at the wreckage." His jab vicious, personal, and Eastwood snapped back. "Wreckage? I've built cinema, Jimmy. You've built nothing." His words fierce, faltering with strain, the crowd splitting, some shouting, "Ride on, Clint," others jeering, with phones filming, X-posts exploding. "Eastwood's shaken," one read, trending fast. Kimmel grinned. "Cinema? You're sinking now, Clint. Your grit's slipping," pointing at his flushed glare, the audience roaring, some chanting, "Break him," others pleading, "Chill," as the chaos swelled. What turned the heat into a wildfire wasn't just the barbs. It was Eastwood's unraveling. Insiders say he stood, gripping the desk. "Sinking? I'm iron, Jimmy. I'll bury you." His tone raw, quaking, and Kimmel fired back. "Iron? You're rusting, Clint. Tears are your fuel." His taunt ruthless, the crowd splitting wider, some rushing the stage edge, others yelling, with clips hitting X. Eastwood's cracking, racking up shares, as Eastwood shouted, "I'm not rusting, I'm unbreakable." His voice cracking with emotion, hands shaking, the room igniting. The studio became a pressure cooker. Sources report, producers signaled security, their voices urgent. "He's shaky." But Eastwood pressed on. "You're a nobody, Jimmy. I'm the past, the future." His fury trembling, sweat beading as Kimmel stood. "Future? You're a sob story, Clint. Breaking live." His command sharp, piercing, the crowd erupting, some tossing cups, others live streaming, while Eastwood roared, "I'm not breaking, you're nothing." His voice thick, eyes glistening, the confrontation peaking, with insiders noting, "He's on the edge." The night hurtling toward a tearful collapse, Kimmel's assault unyielding. Jimmy Kimmel Live hit its explosive climax last night, as Jimmy Kimmel, his wit a crushing force, drove Clint Eastwood, the legendary actor and director, into an emotional collapse during a fiery confrontation, a brutal showdown spiraling into a tearful breaking point on live TV, leaving the studio in chaos, viewers stunned, the internet a blaze of reaction. Sources say Eastwood's choked cry, I'm Not Breaking, after claiming he's unbreakable, met Kimmel's final crushing strike, sparking a meltdown that's now the night's viral heartbreak. Kimmel, his smirk ruthless, landed the fatal blow. Breaking, Clint? Your legacy's a wreck. Tears are coming. His voice sharp, cruel as he flashed a mock reel. Eastwood's film flops, critic slams, faded posters. The crowd reacting hard, some laughing, others gasping, while Eastwood's face twisted. Wreck? I'm a giant, Jimmy. You're a speck. His voice booming, fracturing with strain. The audience surging, cheers clashing with boos, as producers watched, hands frozen, the live feed holding, chaos exploding. The host pressed the wound. Giant? You're a tire fire, Clint, burning live. His jab vicious, final. And Eastwood snapped back. Fire? I've shaped cinema. You've shaped laughs. His words furious, eyes glistening, with Kimmel pouncing. Cinema? You're a crying. King, Clint, your crown's wet. Pointing at his trembling frame. The crowd roaring, some chanting. Cry, cry. Others shouting. Hold on. As phones filmed, X-posts surging. Eastwood's done. One read, trending fast. Eastwood roared, I'm not crying, you're trash. His hands slamming the desk, voice breaking, the chaos peaking. The confrontation floored the studio. Insiders say Eastwood stood fully. Trash? I'm a legend, Jimmy. I'll outlast. His voice raw, choking with emotion, as Kimmel leaned in. Legend? You're a sob, Clint, leaking live. His taunt merciless, the audience surging, some standing, filming, others yelling, with clips hitting X instantly. Eastwood's breaking. Live, one read, racking up shares, another showing his roar. He's lost it, going viral, millions watching. Eastwood shouted, I'm not leaking, I'm steel. His voice thick, eyes welling. The collapse overwhelming, his defiance gone. What sealed the tears was Eastwood's breakdown. Sources report he gripped the desk. You can't do this. Jimmy! His voice a mix of rage, despair, a tear streaking as he swiped it, while Kimmel laughed. Can't? I did, Clint. Cry it out. His words brutal, final, the crowd erupting, some rushing the stage, others chanting, He's down, as Eastwood sank back. I'm not crying. His voice a whisper, hands shaking, the confrontation complete, with insiders saying, He's shattered. The night ending with Eastwood in tears. Kimmel's triumph absolute. Jimmy Kimmel. Live descended into sheer pandemonium last night as Clint Eastwood, the legendary actor and director, broke down in tears on live TV after a fiery confrontation. His trembling, tear-soaked collapse, leaving the studio in shambles. Viewers stunned. The internet exploding with the fallout of a clash that shattered him live. Sources say Eastwood's choked whisper, I'm not crying, as he sank back, marked the end of his stand, with Kimmel's cold triumph resounding. The night's chaos hitting a tearful, blazing peak. Eastwood, emotion overwhelming him, clutched the desk. I'm not crying. His voice a frail rasp, tears streaming as he swiped at them. His frame slumped, eyes red, while Kimmel stood, arms crossed. Cry it out, Clint. Your legend's done. His taunt sharp, victorious, the crowd roaring, some cheering. He's down, others gasping. No, Clint. While producers froze, hands hovering, unable to halt the raw spectacle. The live feed capturing every tear, his stoic facade dissolving under the studio lights. The audience lost all control. Insiders say some surged forward, phones flashing, filming Eastwood's tearful unraveling. Others pounded seats, shouting, He's broken, while a few cried support. Clint forever. The room a clash of noise with producers stunned, their headsets buzzing. He's crying. Keep it live, one stammered. The broadcast holding, showing the wrecked desk where Eastwood sat, now a testament to his heartbreak. Kimmel leaned in. That's the Eastwood exit, folks. All grit, no grip. His voice dripping mockery, sparking roars, laughter, as chaos reigned, some tossing cups, others live streaming, the energy untamed. What turned this moment into a spectacle wasn't just the tears. It was Eastwood's fall. Sources report his last plea. I gave everything. Barely audible. His voice drowned in sobs, while Kimmel waved, Everything? You gave us tears, Clint. Take a bow. His final barb ruthless. The crowd splitting wider, cheers crashing against boos. With X exploding, clips of Eastwood's tearful collapse trending. He's done, one post read, racking up shares. Another of his breakdown. Kimmel broke him, going viral. Millions watching the wreckage loop. Insiders say producers let it roll. The ratings spike a gold mine. The chaos too raw to cut. The immediate aftermath slammed hard. Eastwood's team scrambled backstage. Sources hint he slumped in a chair. This can't be it. His voice, a broken murmur, aides rushing to shield him while Kimmel strutted. That's how you topple an icon, he quipped to the crowd, their cheers deafening, some surging the stage, others filming, as security cleared the wings. The night's end. A smoldering wreck. Online, the tide turned fast. Eastwood cried. One thread read, Kimmel's king. Another claimed, with analysts noting, he crushed him live. The host's win locked. The fallout poised to blaze on. A storm just beginning. The fallout from Clint Eastwood's tearful breakdown on Jimmy Kimmel Live last night, after a fiery confrontation, has unleashed a tidal wave of reaction, with the legendary actor and director's sobbing collapse, ending in his broken backstage murmur, this can't be it, turning a live TV clash into a global spectacle, leaving Eastwood's iconic image in tatters, Kimmel's victory blazing, the internet, airwaves buzzing with takes that won't fade. Sources say what began as a proud defense of his legacy ended with Eastwood crying live, his heartbreak a viral blaze, the clash's ripples shaking everything in its path. Eastwood's backstage despair landed like a spark. Insiders report he slumped, hands trembling. This can't be it. His voice a raw whisper. Aides hustling him out as cameras swarmed while X erupted. His rare statement, I'll keep going, posted later, pulling 150,000 likes, but swamped by replies. You broke, Clint, trending fast, with clips of his tearful collapse looping millions of times. Eastwood cried. A viral thread claimed. Memes of his tears captioned, Legends lament, flooding TikTok, Instagram. Supporters rallied, He's human, they're cruel. One post pleaded, but the tide surged, his legacy bruised. Kimmel's camp soaked in the glory. Sources say his next show opened with, We had Eastwood, he cracked, I crushed him. His quip smug, victorious, pulling record ratings, a 70% surge, snagging viewers hooked on the chaos, while insiders hint he's gloating. He sobbed, I won. His team buzzing, eyeing more bold strikes, with analysts noting, he owned it. Though some whisper, Eastwood's rallying. The triumph edged with risk. The crowd's cheers echoed. Kimmel rules, ringing online, locking his edge sharper. The internet split like a chasm. Eastwood fans mourned. They ambushed him, he's gold. One X post read, racking up shares, while critics feasted. Clint's a faded star, another hit viral status, with debates raging. Was it fair? Trending, clips of his tears dissected. He crumbled, one pundit said. Kimmel played it perfect, another added, predicting a hit to his aura. Project chatter spiking, his brand singed. Sources say Eastwood's hold up, reeling with talk of a counterstrike, maybe a new film. His silence loud, the tears a scar that's sticking. The ripple effects are seismic. Late nights rattled, experts call it a shift. Kimmel flipped the script or fried it, one said. Networks eyeing riskier guests or tighter control. Risking fade if they misstep, while viewers divide. Half cheer. He toppled an icon, half cringe. Too cruel. The clash, a cultural burn. Eastwood's tears. Kimmel's peak. Etched in viral lore. This isn't over, it's a fuse. Eastwood's comeback. Kimmel's next play, set to ignite. So stay tuned. If you're hooked on this madness, smash that subscribe button now. Don't miss the next blaze.